Hi, it's me. From ancient astronauts to futuristic fantasies, let's explore when Neanderthals met aliens, a journey through prehistoric sci-fi. Our story begins 40,000 years ago in the heart of the last ice age when the Neanderthals roamed the Earth. These robust, stocky humans with their receding foreheads and prominent brow ridges were perfectly adapted to the harsh conditions of their time. But they weren't alone. Our planet was also home to a variety of fantastical creatures like woolly mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, and of course, aliens. Okay, maybe those last ones aren't actually documented in the fossil record, but hear me out. What if these mysterious visitors from beyond the stars really did walk among us? In today's video, we're diving deep into a world where science fiction and ancient history collide. And the Neanderthals had their lives turned upside down by an encounter with extraterrestrials. So buckle up, because this is one prehistoric adventure you won't want to miss. Imagine the scene: the wind whistling through the icy plains, the crunch of snow underfoot, and in the distance, a flickering fire. The Neanderthals are gathered around their campfire, sharing stories and keeping warm. Suddenly, a strange light fills the sky, followed by the arrival of a group of visitors unlike any they've ever seen before. With large almond-shaped eyes, pale skin, and bodies that seemed to shimmer with an otherworldly glow. These beings exuded an otherworldliness that left the Neanderthals in awe. But these were no ordinary tourists. No, these visitors were scientists. They had come from a distant planet on a mission to study the various life forms scattered across the universe. And as far as quirky alien anthropologists go, our Neanderthal friends were right up their alley. Intrigued by the primitive yet resilient Neanderthals, the aliens decided to stick around for a while and learn all they could about them. Under the cover of darkness, the aliens began their observations, trying to understand the Neanderthals' customs, behaviors, and way of life. They watched as the Neanderthals hunted woolly mammoths, using spears and sheer determination to bring down the massive beasts. They observed their rituals, their art, even their conflicts with other human species like the Denisovans and the modern humans. To the aliens, the Neanderthals were a puzzle, a unique species that had managed to survive in some of the most challenging conditions imaginable, and they were determined to solve it. As days turned into weeks, the aliens couldn't help but feel a sense of kinship with the Neanderthals. Despite their differences, they saw a lot of similarities between the two species, especially in their drive to survive, to adapt, and to thrive in the face of adversity. It was during one of these observations that the aliens made a horrifying discovery. They realized that the Neanderthals were on the brink of extinction, with only a few hundred individuals left on the planet. To make matters worse, the Neanderthals' biggest rival, Homo sapiens, or modern humans, were rapidly outnumbering them and encroaching on their territory. Faced with this bleak reality, the aliens knew they had to act fast. They couldn't just stand by and watch these fascinating creatures disappear. No, they had to do something to help them survive. So the aliens did what any good sci-fi heroes would do. They intervened, but their methods were anything but conventional. Instead of swooping in and saving the day with advanced technology or grand displays of power, the aliens decided to take a more subtle approach. They began sharing their knowledge with the Neanderthals, teaching them new ways to hunt, to build shelter, and to survive in the harsh environment. For example, they taught the Neanderthals how to create more efficient tools using different materials and techniques. They introduced them to new methods of preserving food, making clothing, and protecting themselves from the elements. Perhaps most importantly, though, they shared with the Neanderthals the secrets of the stars, showing them the vastness of the universe and the possibilities that lay beyond their world. The Neanderthals were quick learners, eager to absorb the aliens' knowledge and use it to improve their lives. They were curious about everything, from the constellations to the properties of different materials to the methods of preserving food. The aliens were happy to share their knowledge, seeing the enthusiasm and determination in the Neanderthals' eyes. One particularly proud moment for the aliens came when they taught the Neanderthals how to harness the power of the stars. Using simple materials like sticks and stones, The aliens showed the Neanderthals how to create basic tools that could be used to track the movements of the planets and constellations. These tools were crude, but they were effective, and the Neanderthals were thrilled with their ability to predict astronomical events like eclipses and meteor showers. It was a small step, but it opened up a whole new world of possibilities for the Neanderthals. A world where they were no longer limited to their immediate surroundings, but could reach for the stars instead. As the weeks turned into months, the Neanderthals flourished under the guidance of the aliens. Their tools became more sophisticated, their shelters more secure, their hunting techniques more successful. They thrived, not just in spite of the harsh conditions, but because of them. The aliens, meanwhile, continued their observations, documenting the Neanderthals' progress and marveling at their adaptability and resilience. But as the Ice Age drew to a close and the Earth began to warm, the aliens knew it was time to move on. Their mission had been completed, and they had to return to their own world and its never-ending adventures. Before they left, though, they shared one final gift with the Neanderthals, a parting gift that would ensure their survival and allow them to flourish for centuries to come. The aliens gifted the Neanderthals with seeds, plants, and animals that would thrive in the changing climate, ensuring that their food supply would be secure. They taught them how to cultivate crops, raise livestock, and maintain a sustainable way of life. It was a crash course in agriculture, a crash course that would change the Neanderthals' way of life forever. With these final lessons in place, the aliens prepared to leave. They said their goodbyes to the Neanderthals, who were now a thriving, self-sufficient people. As the alien ship disappeared into the sky, the Neanderthals looked up and waved, their hearts filled with gratitude and wonder. They knew they would never forget what the aliens had taught them, and they were determined to use that knowledge to build a better future for themselves and their descendants. But what happened next might surprise you. You see, as the Ice Age gave way to a warmer climate, the Neanderthals didn't just survive, they thrived. Thanks to the aliens' guidance, they were able to adapt to the changing environment, grow their population, and spread throughout Europe. They developed into a complex, highly organized society with its own culture, customs, and traditions. Meanwhile, the aliens returned to their home planet, where they shared their findings with their fellow anthropologists. The news of the Neanderthals' adaptability and resilience spread throughout the galaxy, and the Neanderthals became a legendary species, known throughout the cosmos for their tenacity and spirit. But that's not all. You see, the Neanderthals never forgot their teachers. They built monuments in their honor, stories around their deeds, and passed down their knowledge to future generations. And who knows, maybe some of the ancient myths and legends whispered around campfires were actually inspired by the aliens' visits. Maybe the stories of gods and mythical creatures were actually memories of a time when the stars shone a little brighter on Earth. And that, my friends, is the incredible tale of the Neanderthals and the aliens who taught them the secrets of the stars. It's a story of survival, adaptation, and the enduring power of knowledge. It's a reminder that even in the harshest of environments, life can find a way to not only survive, but thrive. And it's a celebration of the human spirit, which no matter how many millennia pass, will always have the power to reach for the stars. Now it's your turn. What do you think of this prehistoric adventure? Did you enjoy the unexpected twist to ancient astronaut theories? And what other prehistoric encounters with the unknown would you like to explore in future videos? Share your thoughts, theories, and feedback in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys through time and space.